Kopi Niklosis asks, can you make a tutorial to explain how to make a locked door that you can open with a key, and once it's done, you can come and go by the doors you want? Thanks. With RPG Maker XP. No problem. Let's take a look. So here in RPG Maker XP, this is a little test game that I use for a lot of different things. And I made this little copy-paste building, and inside the building there's this little room. Actually, you know what? Let's make... So we need to connect the two. So we're just going to change the way this is drawn a little bit, because it needs to have an opening, which I think is on this side, right? If I remember right. Yeah, there we go. Doesn't look great, but it doesn't matter. For the purposes of this video, it works just fine. So conventional wisdom would say you do an event, which would be a player touch, and this is going to transfer the player inside the building. Okay? And from inside the building, we'll do the standard player touch, transfer the player outside the building. But what we want to do is make it locked. So the first thing we have to do is make some kind of a key. Okay? So let's go back to outside the door, and we're going to add our key item over here. So if you remember how items are picked up, and we'll just pick something random. Okay, that's the key right there. This is the monster key. So this guy will be action button, and when you talk to him, you have to have some kind of feedback that lets you know what's going on. You got the key. Okay, and we have to do a couple of things. We are going to change switches, so that once you pick up the key, oh, that's right, self switches are here. Once you pick up the key, it changes a self switch, right? It's a new event, self switch A, right? So when you pick up the key, boom, the key is not on the ground anymore. But in addition to that, we also need to add something to your inventory. So we're going to go to change items and increase. We'll make this the jail key. Increase the jail key by 1. Alright. There you go. Okay. So, now the key exists and you can pick it up, but the door doesn't require us to have a key just yet. So, we're going to change this. We're going to add... okay. Add a new page. And we'll also use self switches. So once it's unlocked, we'll turn on switch A, and we have to do a conditional branch right here. And the conditional branch is going to be dependent on whether or not you possess the right item. And if you go to tab 4, we have item. So we'll make that, what did we say it was? Jail key. Right there. Boom. Okay, this is when you have the key, this is when you don't have the key, and then this is what plays after that sequence no matter what. So, when you don't have the key, the door is locked. Okay. And when you do have the key, control self switch A. You unlocked the door with jail key. Alright. If it detects the key, it changes the self switch, which removes the check. And it also gives you some feedback. So, on the second page here, now we have to tell it where we want it to go. So we're going to change this to transfer player. We're going to make that go inside right here. That should do it. Let's test it out. Okay. This is other stuff I was testing. Alright, so we're going to go north. And I have to hold control so that I can go across the water. If you're playing it from within RPG Maker, you can just hold control and you can skip things. Alright, so the door is locked. It's locked. Uh-oh. But I'm going to get the key. I got the key. Yeah. You have unlocked the door with the jail key. And now that I've unlocked the door, it will continue to work that way. So to answer your question, how to do that with the key, you have to understand conditional branches. First, figure out how you pick up items, and I made a separate tutorial about that, and then it's just a simple matter of applying conditional branches. And that's all there is to it.